to be doing a Cricut project, and I'm going to be using my Cricut Mini and the Cricut Craft Room, and I'm going to be doing a Hello Kitty project because I thought that would be quite fun, and I haven't done a Hello Kitty for ages. And while going through my cupboards, I saw something that made me think that would be perfect. So I've set out my Hello Kitty that I want to use on my mat, plus the shadow, which I reduced so that it was a slightly smaller shadow than the one that Cricut designed it for. And you can do that because you can layer it on top of each other and it kind of shows through, so you're able to adjust it quite nicely and easily to see what's what. And I've connected my Cricut Mini to my computer. I have loaded my mat with my paper, so we're ready to go across and load the paper into the load the mat into the Mini, and then press our cut button, which is just up here. So let's just go across to the Mini so we can work on there. Okay, so my blade is set to 4 and my pressure is set to 4, which I think will be fine for the cardstock that I want to cut. So I'm going to load my mat, and I want it this way round, so just put it between those little grooves, press load mat, and then let it do its thing, and then just press cut on the computer as we showed you. Adjust the settings, so it's at the moment comes up at the default of heavy cardstock, so I'm going to take it down to medium, which adjusts it, and then press cut, and off it goes. What I'm finding is with the Mini at the moment is that my settings need to be slightly less than what they needed to be on my Expression. It seems to be, it cuts a little better, so I guess technology makes it better, and they've probably improved upon what it used to be. Now when I put together my elements, I tend to leave things on the mat as a rule, and as I put things together, because it helps you remember which bit goes where, which way up it is, etc. So all I'll do at the moment is just peel these outside pieces off very carefully, and then actually with some of these I may even, you've got a tiny little yellow dot of a nose just down there, which you can hardly see. But that just means that we can see what goes where, and it just makes it a little bit easier to understand the layout. Quite often Cricut will lay it out in order as well, so that, you know, if it's a paw, the paw, you know, the left paw will be on the left side, so that makes it a lot easier. And like this dress, the little left sleeve will be on the left side, and etc. So now we're going to take our main Hello Kitty, which is this one. I'm not going to take our shadow for the minute, although I will take it off the mat because I'm not going to forget what that is. So just pop that to one side for the minute. So I've got my main Hello Kitty here, and we're going to start putting her together. So let's have a little look. I would think that we need to put the white pieces on first. So let's take her little face. Yeah, and I've got my Scotch adhesive, so I'm just going to pop that on, and you can use tweezers if you prefer. I'm not unhappy using my fingers. And then you've got like the little cut lines in the actual Hello Kitty to give you a guide as to where to put her, so that's really cool, so you can line it up nice and easily. Okay, and then I've got her little ear here, and I'm actually going to put the little bob on the back of this. I think it might have been easier if I did get some tweezers actually. So we're just popping that on, and then we've got 2 little feet, so there's that one there, Now I cut the shadow out thinking that I would need it because they'd need that black edge, because when you see the card I've made you'll see I need that bit of pop, but I'm not sure now, having seen the edge that's round here, that I actually do need that. Okay, so now I've got my little other foot. Because it's got much more of an edge to it than I anticipated, I guess, really. Now this glue does dry clear, but I was just trying to get rid of some of it. Habit, I guess, isn't it? You like to clean it up. Okay, and then two little hands. I think that one goes that side. Okay, and then the last one. I've got some tweezers because that was getting a little bit fiddly, to be honest, and I've got just some smaller pieces still to come, and that's a lot easier with that in my hand. Okay, so now we've got the little part of her dress, the pink part of her dress, so I'm going to take, as opposed to the red piece, so I'm just going to take, I've got a tiny, tiny little pink triangle here. And that goes just in there. Go. And then I've got the little centre part. This is like a little t-shirt really, and again I'm going to put some glue on that. Go, and then her other sleeve. As I say, this is why I leave it on the mat, because it definitely makes it a lot easier, because that sleeve was on the right hand side, so it was really clear what was what, and it's also the right way up, so you know which side is the top, and much easier to work with. That's miles too much glue. Let's take some of that off. There we go. Now we're going to do her dress, which comes all in one piece. That's a lot easier. There we go. It just looks so cute. And then we've got her bow, and again, by leaving it on the mat, I can easily see that this big piece is the piece that goes there, because it's exactly laid out correctly. Whereas if I'd taken that off the mat before I was sticking it down, you'd have to try and work it out again and which bit goes where. So I would definitely recommend that as a really good technique when you're layering images. Excuse me, make sure you're in view. There we go. And then the other side. And then finally, the little centerpiece of the bow. And you can see just by, apart from when I wasn't using the tweezers, how much quicker it is to do it like this by leaving it on the mat. It just makes it so much quicker because you can see exactly what's what. And there is our little Hello Kitty, and isn't she absolutely adorable? I really like her. As I said, it's been ages since I've used that cartridge, and I don't think I actually made a Hello Kitty. I made something else. I can't even remember what it was now. And it was a really nice cartridge, and I know it's proving difficult to get hold of at the moment, but so I'm sorry if I'm teasing you, but I just thought it would be fun. Now this was the piece that I cut as my extra piece. Helps if you have it the right way up. See, this is what happens, isn't it, when you take it off the mat. There we go, I was right the first time. Now I was going to put that on there because I thought she'd need the black, but actually now I've seen it, I really don't think she does. So I'll keep it in case I do for it because of the image that I've got, the card that I've got, the paper. But I'm thinking that this probably will work fine without it. Now let's get to the card itself. So I had purchased, because I'd seen it, some Hello Kitty wrapping paper, which I thought was absolutely adorable. And I'd forgotten I'd got it, and I was looking for something to actually do with the Hello Kitty, some pattern paper, and I just thought this was so cute I had to use it for her, and that's why I thought the black shadow might be appropriate, and it still may be. So I cut out a 5x10 piece of black cardstock and scored and folded it in half to make a 5x5 card. I've then taken 2 pieces of the Hello Kitty and done those at 4 3/4 each. So I'm going to put those on the inside because I think that makes it pretty on the inside as well. So we're going to do that straight away, like so. I have to say, while we're sticking that down, I'm very impressed with the little Cricut Mini. It definitely cuts beautifully. This cardstock that we've just put through, I would normally have cut that on maximum pressure, and I was 2 off maximum depth on there, so I'm impressed with that. Then I've got another piece of, just a little ready piece of cardstock, a piece of scrap, so I thought that that would be handy just to put on the inside to write messages and things on. Sorry about that, ran out of glue. Okay, so that's better. You can always tell when it's running out because it sounds different, doesn't it? And then we'll just pop that on the inside there, and you can still see Hello Kitty fine. So that's going to be the inside of the card, and I think that looks really nice. So then for the outside of the card, I took a piece of red cardstock, which was the same red as in Hello Kitty's dress. That I had some scrap, obviously, because it's only a very small piece, and I did that at 1/8 off the 5 inches. So 4 7/8 if we want to be absolutely precise, like so. There we go, and then I then cut another piece, a third piece of the Hello Kitty paper, and I've done that again at the 4 3/4. So it's basically an 1/8 down from our red, or a 1/4 inch down from the black, whichever. But anyway, 4 3/4. And be careful when you're doing this because it's more delicate. Okay. And then just carefully popping that in place. And there's the front of our card, really cute. And then obviously we're going to have our real Hello Kitty popped on the front, and this is where I thought this black would be handy because it would, I really must get this the right way up, because it would give her a bit of a, I think otherwise she kind of disappears into the back. Let me move. So I was going to pop her up a little bit off the black, and then as opposed to that, which I think she does kind of get lost a little bit on there, whereas this just gives her a bit of something extra. So we need to also perhaps put a little tag coming out of there saying happy birthday or something, or maybe just stamping it on there. So I think I will in fact use this background, this shadow piece that I created. I wasn't sure because I knew, being a busy background, that it might need that extra bit of something just to give it a bit of secure, definite to the pop, so it doesn't disappear into the background. Okay, so I'm just centralising that, and then I'm going to put some 3D foam on the back of little kitty here. Plenty on. I don't like any dips. I hate it if you post a card and then it gets there, or somebody buys a card from me and then they post it, and by the time it arrives wherever it's meant to arrive, the elements have dipped down for the cost of a bit of foam. It just drives me mad when I see just like one piece put in the middle, and I just think by the time it gets wherever it's going, it's going to be bent like crazy. Okay. So then just popping this in position. Now you could have done this with a different colour behind, maybe the red. Personally, I quite like the black actually. I think it just gives it a bit of pop. So there we go. I think that looks really nice. And I'm just thinking maybe a bit of ribbon or something, and maybe a little sentiment in this corner, because I want to keep the sentiment on the outside. So let's go and see what I can find. Okay, so I found some ribbon that I think would be gorgeous, and it's this lovely polka dot black and white, and I think that would be really appropriate. I think the black's nice to bring that in because we've got the black in there, and the polka dot obviously matches our background paper. The only thing with this, because it's one-sided, we just need to be a little bit careful about making sure it goes in okay and stays the right way round. So I want my knot over this side. I'm not going to do a bow. So cut that. And just carefully knot this so that our dots lay correctly on the actual, this part of it. I'm not so worried about the actual knot. There we go. And I just twisted it as I went in, so that's helped keep that bit just a little bit flatter. And then the only other thing I will do, which will then again just help keep our bow correct, is put a little adhesive down there, and that will stick that in place. So that will help just keep it in position, and then just cut a little bit off here like so, and that's going to look super cute, I think. So the next thing I want to do is just create my little tag, and I've got a sentiment here that is from a paper tray ink set, and it just says hugs and kisses. So I want to just pop that down onto my cardstock here. There we go. Kind of reflecting in the light a bit. It's completely black to my eye, but onto the screen it looks really strange. I think it's because it's adjusting because of the colour. Let's see if that helps. Anyway, you can see what it looks like. It's absolutely completely black on the screen. I don't know why it's looking so weird in real life, I mean. So that I'm just going to give 1 second to dry. Then on my actual Hello Kitty card, I'm just going to do the inside, and I'm going to put I've got a stamp here that says birthday wishes. So it's going to say hugs and kisses, birthday wishes. So again, just taking my stamper, putting that on. Birthday wishes. There we go. Again, it's completely black. Oh, there we go, you can just catch it. It looks, I think it's because the card's so shiny. So now I'm just going to go and cut like a little tag around this. Okay, so I've just cut this out into a little tag, and I'm going to put a piece of foam on the back, like so. Peel that off, and then position that just about here, I think, like so. And then I want to take my little ribbon that I knotted a piece earlier, snip some edges off to make like a little, almost like a little bow really, and then just using my tape gun, actually no, I'll use a glue dot. The last thing that I did was I made an envelope, and I will be showing how to do envelopes because I don't make my envelopes using an envelope maker. I do have one, but I don't tend to use it. I just make them myself, and then I find it's a lot easier to get exactly the size I want, because a lot of the time the envelope makers don't quite go to the sizes I want. Obviously it would have done a 5-inch one easily, but in this case this is a 5 1/8 inch envelope. Well, I doubt it, they do that very easily. But anyway, this, as I say, I've made using the Hello Kitty paper, and I think it looks really, really cute. I just put a bit of red on the front here so that you could write on it if you wanted to send it in the mail. And I think it just matches in really nicely, obviously, with our actual card. So I'm really, really pleased with this, and I think the cut is fantastic. So I hope you like it too. I hope you've enjoyed making this Cricut Mini project and this Hello Kitty project with me. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.